Hey, good morning. How y'all doing? It's Well Red Beard. It is a damn fine day to talk about a book, and today we're here for a book review of a very short book called Heart of the Monster by Brian Knight. Now, this book came out in 2004. It is very, very hard to find a limited edition or at least short printed signed copy of Heart of the Monster. Now, I went out and sought this book out because I read this one last month. This is King of Souls. This one came out in 2006. I bought this one on a whim on Pango. I was buying a book and I always look through the seller's other inventory to see if there's anything I want to add to that order. And so I picked this up and I did not know that it was like 50, 60 pages or whatever when I picked it up, but that definitely enticed me to read it, right? Like, I was like, it'll be short. I can, because a lot of times I'm in a situation where maybe I'm going to bed and I know that the book I'm reading is kind of intense or maybe not hard to follow, but you get what I'm saying. It's not like a breeze. I can't half read it, right? And so, like, I'll pick something up new, knowing. So, the idea being that if I'm not into it, like if I read a couple pages and pass out, it's not like, in the middle of a book that I'm actively trying to read. So, anyway, short book, got to it quickly, right? And I really liked this one. Like I liked this one a lot. Like 4 stars liked it. This one not as much. Again, it's an earlier work by the author. The reason I like King of Souls so much, I think, was due to the complex setting. It had a really, really cool setting that built up to a really, really cool climax. This one also some cool setting elements, but it did fall short for me. I'm holding this up backwards. I've been holding this up backwards. That's weird. That's weird. That's comedy, is it not? I mean, not really. It's not comedy. I mean, I'm not even laughing. But anyway, so again, short book. I've already put a short review out on it. I hesitated to even come here and talk about it, but I am. I hate to say I'm OCD because I feel like that's probably making people that are really OCD probably making it like a small thing, and I don't want to do that. Maybe I am OCD, maybe I'm not. I had to come talk about it here in the longer format, even though this will probably still be somewhat of a short review. But real quick, we'll get a little bit of synopsis, and there is no synopsis on the book, so I'm going to Goodreads for this, and it says, "Where does your rage come from?" Okay, so that's how the book opens. That's not a bad. I mean, it's pretty good um opening line. Where does your rage come from? Carl knows. He stares at it every night from his back patio. The heart of the monster. It calls to him. And for 15 years, Carl has resisted its pull. But to confront the monster he is becoming, he must go back and confront the ghosts of his past and those who he left behind. So, the heart of the monster is it. First of all, it's fairly vague. Like I didn't feel like it was very, very well defined, and there is some mythological Native American folkloric type stuff that the author briefly goes into. It's a 44-page book, guys. That tries to kind of explain that, but I did feel either I just didn't catch it. I did feel it was very vague, but what I think it is, it's some sort of a rock structure that looks just like a boulder on a hill or some rocks up on a hill, but there's an entrance to a cave system like at the base of it. So 15 years ago, Carl, our main character, and two friends and his sister Tammany go out there, and Tammany dies. Tammany's head is ripped from her shoulders by something. We don't know what that is. At least we do eventually. But so it's 15 years in the future now, and Tammany's boyfriend at the time, drawing a blank on the guy's name. I think it was Leo. Um, is back. Um, kind of starts showing up in Carl's life again in a way. We feel that Carl, I mean, Carl's not in jail, but we feel like Carl has been accused of his sister's murder. I mean, at least Leo thinks that Carl killed his sister. So it's 15 years later. These two are going back to the heart of the monster. Carl, I guess, to kind of, again, visit the ghost of his past, but also vindicate himself in Leo's eyes. And so we don't really know what we're walking into here. Like, initially it kind of feels like Carl is this rage-driven being that is just dragging Leo out there to maybe murder him too. But we get out there and there is truth to this Native American stuff, this folkloric monster stuff. So, again, there are a couple terms that are used in this book. One of them is, I can't pronounce it. It's like it's Sxixt. Of course, I googled that immediately upon finishing the story, and I didn't find anything. So I thought maybe this would be like based in like true folklore, true history, and maybe it is, but I did not find anything when googling it. Also, another term is Quali, KW apostrophe AALI, Quali. And so I googled that and the Skixt, whatever, and I didn't come up with anything on either of them. So I don't know if they're just made up terms or what, but um, you know, it was okay. I mean, I didn't hate the book. I didn't hate the story. It was nowhere near as entertaining for me as this one. But one thing I'll say is this one was laden with mistakes. They had a lot of mistakes, just misspellings, um, but some of it was even misuse of words. Like there's one point where, like it was the Q to do something, and it was spelled like QKUEUE. There were just some mistakes throughout here that again, normally I can zip right past them. Normally those do not bother me as much as they bother other people. I get it. This was probably, I mean, short printed. It's public. It's City Contrast Publications, New York City. Um, you know, Probably didn't have a very good editor's eyes on this, but still, it's only 44 pages, and there were at a minimum 6 or 7 mistakes that I caught, and they really kind of again broke up the reading experience for me. But Heart of a Monster, um, like I said, I liked this one so much that I went out and found this one. There are some Brian Knight books on eBay. I'll probably take another look. But they're hard to come by. They're not. I mean, the short printed signed copies and not a lot of them out there for cheap. Like I saw some other ones of this out there for like $25. Yeah. So 2 stars for me. Probably eventually, if I run into a Brian Knight book on the shelves, I will probably pick it up. I probably won't go actively search another one out, at least not right now. But so yeah, 2 stars, but this one was 4 stars. So this has been Well Red Beard. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you're enjoying all your books, all of them, as much as I am. If not, you're reading the wrong damn books.